Table 2, Kildare, Northern Ireland, Arcade Singapore. On table 15, Shane Thompson, England, Declan Hott, Ireland. Table 16, Sean Sharkey, Ireland, Giuseppe Di Piero, England. Ladies individual quarterfinals. Table 13, Elaine Sharkey, Ireland, Kate Bridge from England. Table 14, Kim O'Brien, Ireland, Joe Cole, Northern Ireland. Table 27, Mike Henderson, Northern Ireland, Geraldine Champagne from France. Table 28, Ray Farming, England, Joey Holt, Scotland. The senior quarterfinals on table 3, Marcel Whistler from Bolton, Aidy Young, England. Table 5, Tony K. England, John Falcon, Scotland. Table 18, Matt Brannett, Scotland, Will Deutsch, England.
Table 20, Tom McNally, Irish, England. Neil Madigan, table 11, please. Neil Madigan.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Joe Fanto coming to you from the Gleneagle Hotel in Killarney, Ireland. These are the European 8 Ball Championships for 2019. Getting to the business end, it is the men's quarterfinals this evening, and it's my pleasure to bring you one of those. We've got an overhead shot of the break. Looks like there was, so this game is between Chris Tabone of Malta and Cedric Quellec of France, and that was quite a miss there. Very uncharacteristic. So this is Cedric Quellec from France at the table at present. I expect he's on reds. Unless it may well be an open table. I didn't quite see the break when it started, so it must be an open table because it was a yellow that was missed in the previous shot. And of course all those yellows, as you can see, are potable. Question of whether he's going to work those three near the middle on the right of the table, or he takes the opportunity right now that he can get to this yellow close to the 8 ball, put it on the bottom left. I'm expecting to see quite a cracker of a match. It's a best of 11, so it'll be whoever reaches 6 frames first. So he's chosen to go for the balls on the right of the table. So I expect he'll probably clear all 3 now. He's still got that one nearest to the pocket, which he'll probably pot in the middle right. He's got the yellow working around, which would go in the right bottom pocket. Or he may start from the right hand side. The way he's looking, I suspect he may be going for this yellow into the bottom left. Or he may even just be having a look at, it'll be just trying to work out where he settles down. Yeah, so one is starting from his right. That's a nice shot. And I'm not sure that that's what he had planned, but he still should be okay on that yellow, which is close to the white, going into the middle pocket or to the end, top left-hand pocket. In the round of 32, he defeated Mike King of England. That was a big match, narrow defeat of 6-5. He won that 6-5. And he defeated Comet Kerr, up-and-coming star junior of Ireland, in the last 16. And then here he is against Frenchman Cedric Quellec. So he's managed to pot that yellow. So now he's got 2 remaining. I expect he'll take this one into the middle. And he's looking at his tip, but he seemed to rush that shot. You rarely see balls missed from there, or if you do, it's sort of at the lower levels. But and it's not like the white has progressed anywhere. I think he must have miscued, because he's certainly missed position with the white. So I suspect he's definitely miscued. So let's see, Cedric here has played a nice cannon. And see if these players settle and play some fluent pool. There's probably some nerves happening at the moment. This is a big match. It's a quarter-final of a European Championship for the singles crown of European champion. So it's certainly a big batch, whether they've played in one of these finals or not. There's got to be some nerves flowing, I would say, and it'll be a few minutes before they settle. So this red will go into the bottom right-hand corner. It's a good pot, but not sure if he's just off position or that was planned, but he should be fine because he can just got a little angle to stay on this red into the bottom right hand corner. Yeah, that's perfect. And then he'll just screw back gently to put the black in the bottom left. So this is Chris Tabone of Malta. And Chris Tabone of Malta draws first blood. He leads 1-0 in this quarter-final of the men's singles for the 2019 European Championships here in Killarney, Ireland. It's been a wonderful championships at a great venue. This room has taken 28 tables, which meant that all pool has been played in the one room, which is a great atmosphere for the players. And of course this is an 11 frame match, best of 11 frames. First player to win 6 frames is the winner and goes through to the semi-finals. Of course there's some other great finals being played. Sean Sharkey of Ireland versus Giuseppe D'Imperio of England. Of course Giuseppe D'Imperio knocked out the current world champion in Mick Hill a couple of days ago. Dylan Lowry versus Aaron Davis, and the match that we're watching here. And Tabone is also breaking. And this looks like a dry break. Yes. So Cedric will get to come in on an open table. And he'll want to try and capitalise here to peg back the first loss, and probably to try and get rid of some of the cobwebs which caused him to have that very loose shot, which appeared to be a miscue. So this is the Frenchman, Cedric from France. It's a lovely shot. Will he take that yellow near the balk line to the right pocket, to the right top pocket? I'll try and do all those 2 balls first. Just having a good look at it. There'll be a bit of an angle to play there. And I'd say then he'll try and kick that yellow next to it firm enough to go off the cushion and back. Now he's decided to come down the table. Pot's in the bottom left pocket. We'll put this yellow closest to the bottom cushion in the bottom right hand pocket. And then that yellow between the 2 reds down here as well, that should go in the middle pocket. That's what he's looking at. Just confirming that it goes in the middle. Yeah, I don't think he would like that, because that means he's going to lose his white if he wanted to. If he had wanted to go and go to the middle with that yellow between the 2 reds. And you know, why wouldn't you? Because it's not easy to get position. He had the opportunity to get good position on that ball into the middle pocket. So he may change his plan here and go for that yellow into the left middle pocket. So just having a good look at those two yellows at the near the baulk line. So he's still going to stick to his guns and play this yellow into the middle, I suspect. It's a good effort, but unfortunately the degree of difficulty increased once he left that white where he did. Now it's Tabone from Malta. He's on the reds. So all the reds are potable. It's just a case of negotiating the positions. But the way these players break these days, balls just fly everywhere. So that's an aerial view. So that's tidied up that yellow over the pocket, which you missed a little bit earlier. He's got the yellow nearest the middle pocket, which will certainly go now. It's nicely done. Now he may either take the cut on this closer yellow and he'll run into the other yellow and nudge it towards the right corner pocket. I think that might be the better way to go. That's a lovely shot. In fact, he potted on both. I didn't see that go in, the one on the right pocket, but obviously that's what must have happened. They must have been both on, but unfortunately what that means is that his white is hard up against that red and the black is a little bit awkward. I'm sure he would have liked that ball to still be up and use it as a position ball. So let's see how he goes trying to pot this. And he's played that very well, but not quite well enough. So it should give the Frenchman a chance. He's trying to loosen up. Sorry, this is Tabone. That was Cedric trying to get his first frame. And Chris has got the opportunity here because they're all up, the reds. They'll go. They're played right. It's a nice shot. So I would I'd probably be taking that red nearest into the top left. Or otherwise this red that goes into the middle. So that would be my preference. So So now he's got that red into the top right hand corner. That's nicely done. He's come around so that he can start putting these balls in the middle. And so he'll take the red that he's closest to into the middle pocket, opposite middle pocket. Eventually he's going to have to run this red into the bottom right hand corner. I don't know if he's considering doing it now, but I think he'll take the red in the middle first. And try and stay that end of the table. That's a lovely shot. So now he set that ball nearest the ball straight as well to the top left hand corner. So that's nicely done. Now he's going to go into the middle, and he'll leave himself a nice position to run down to the bottom corner, and the black is nicely waiting for him to complete this frame. So Chris Tabone of Malta jumps to a 2-0 lead in this men's quarter-final, the last 8, here in the Gleneagle Hotel, Killarney in Ireland, at these European 8-ball Championships for 2019. So Cedric Leclerc from France hasn't quite got his straps going yet. He hasn't settled down. He's going to be hoping that things start to happen for him, otherwise things can get out of hand very quickly. So we've got an overhead shot of Cedric's break. He may get one here. No, it's hung out. No reds potted and no yellows potted, so again dry break, an opportunity again for Tabone. Tabone of Malta. So these championships have been going since last Sunday. We're up to the second to last day. Tomorrow is semi-finals and final day, and presentation night tomorrow night. It's been a wonderful week in this excellent venue. We thank very much the Irish Pool Association for the great work in getting us here to the venue, and their organisation of transport, logistics and various other things that go into setting up a tournament like this. And of course it's all done under the auspices of the European 8-ball Pool Federation. So this is Tabone back to the table again. So he's going to take the ball over the pocket, which is unusual. He's wanted to get himself as close as possible to that ball on the rail to just get that out of the way. No he's overcut that. But his white has remained in a fairly good spot. There would appear to be only one ball potable. So he's got a long shot on that middle of the three reds there on the left-hand side of the table. It's not an easy shot, particularly with the degree of difficulty increasing with the white ball on the cushion. He's only got just under half a ball, probably only about a third of the white ball to hit. Yeah, so there's an aerial view. We apologise for the slight movement in the table, but that apparently is the air conditioner which is swaying the camera. So just missed the in off. He's missed the pocket. He's not happy. So is this an opportunity for Cedric to chalk up his first frame? He needs to concentrate hard. Because he knows what's at stake here. The European Championship. So he's decided he's going to just promote that ball off the cushion and finish up. Or try to finish up behind those reds. So is he going to take this ball nearest the middle of the table into the middle, or he can take the So a big cheerio to all you viewers, wherever you're watching from. Whether you're in Australia or any other part of the world, in Malta or in France. These two young players have made it through to the last 8. So tonight they're playing for a spot in the semi-final of the singles event. And at the moment, Cedric just can't seem to get his game going. So Tabone is on yellows. So will he try and cut that front yellow into the bottom left? I suspect so. and by doing that he'll break the cluster of 3 balls where you've got 2 reds and the yellow as well. So he's pacing up and down. He's going to have to run this this yellow into the pocket, and probably need to put a bit of work on the white to get it back and get ready for another dinner. I think I've had a long day, so I apologise if I break out in a bit of a daydream. Let's focus on the pool here. This is Chris Tabone here on the yellow balls from Malta. He's playing in a quarter-final against Cedric Quellec of France. To date, Chris has shown a little bit of form, but Cedric hasn't shown too much yet. They've both obviously beaten some good players to get to this final. So I'm not sure where he's going to try and. He may just try and play a safety here, just run off this yellow and stay tight on the cushion, or he's tried. It's a great effort. Tried to play off those balls and cannon that yellow into the bottom right hand pocket. But of course now he's given the Frenchman a chance. Cedric has certainly got all those balls down near the balk line end of the table. I'd probably be starting by that one on the cushion. Let's try and run that in to the top left. Was he looking for a double or a tight shot? Not sure if he had. From here I couldn't tell whether he had the space for a double, but no, obviously he's trying for the snooker. That's what I thought. So Chris Tabone of Malta, he's into the last 8. This is the quarter-final stage of the European Championship. Of course, the prize at the end of this is the crowned European champion. So he's just tucked in there. So now Chris Tabone gets another opportunity. He's either got a cannon on those 2 balls to try and put a yellow into the middle pocket there, middle left, or he can promote this yellow ball and just stay put on the cushion. It's going to be a bit adventurous and. So now the Frenchman is trying to flex. He's on the reds. Walking around, he's just looking at his body language. He's trying to find some sort of motion which sparks a bit of life into him and makes it all start to happen. can be a little bit frustrating at times, and of course this is a big occasion for him, and he's probably thinking, I don't want to blow it. So I'm sure he'll try and take this red to the top left hand corner. That's what he's looking at. Played that nice and slow, that's a good shot. So some lovely singing in the background. So a bit of a atmosphere being created for the Frenchman. So the supporters are certainly here to try and lift him. He's looking at the table there. So he's going to take that red into the top right hand corner, and then I'd say he'll probably try and keep his white up that end and see what work he can do with those reds there. First he may even lay a snooker to try and earn 2 shots. At the moment his confidence probably not oozing, so I suspect he might play a snooker here. It's interesting. Let's play to the middle. That's fine. That's good. And if he takes this ball into the top left, he can. It looks like he wants to play that white close to that red, and then try and get behind that red and send it maybe into the middle. Or he may even try and get this side of those 2 reds that are in the middle of the table. They just decide to get position on that middle ball. So I'll either take that ball in the middle and then say pot that other ball to the top left hand corner, and then stay for this red in the middle of the table into the bottom right. It's a nice tidy pot. And he probably can't believe his luck, because it looks like it could be 3-0 up here. And this game is best of 13. You can see that little green number there, indicates how many frames. So best of 13 would mean it's got to be the first to 7. And Chris Tabone, that's Cedric for the first time. They've both got black vests, so it can be deceiving. So Cedric will be happy with that. He's on the scoreboard in this quarter-final of the men's singles of the 2019 European Championship. So, Chris Tabone of Malta 2, Cedric Quellec of France 1. Big cheerio to everybody out there. I'm not sure if there'd be anybody watching in Australia. It'd be early hours of the morning. No, everyone's probably up by now. Yeah, it's getting on now. Getting ready for work. Or some at work. So it's another big break, but doesn't seem to be a result. No, they're all still on the table. So the Frenchman. Is this a turning point for him? Lots of chalk near the queue, which is always a bit of a ritual with most players. Cedric Quellec in France. So he's potted reds. So he should be on reds now. Chris Tabone on yellows. So these matches are this tournament is sanctioned by the World Open Pool Federation. Actually, it is the European body which is immediately above the tournament, which sanctions this tournament, and then of course all of the European 8-Ball Pool Federation members are also members of the World 8-Ball Pool Federation. It started in 1992. With World Championships each year ever since. This year the World Championships will commence on the 19th of June. Until the 28th, so they'll be at the Imperial Hotel in Blackpool. So he's strutting around the table like he owns it. Cedric Quellec from France, and Chris Tabone from Malta. So he's going to take this red into the bottom left. Probably play firm and come around to pop that other red. Yeah, it's okay. It's very good. And then he may not take that red because he'll lose the white. Because with one of these, with these two in this corner, it'll be since the white's over here, should take them now, I suspect. So he'll be hoping that he can level the score here. So that red nearest to white, I expect will go into the full pocket. So this red into the bottom right, and you should be able to stun the white, and then put that next red into the bottom right. And of course, the position on that last red is going to be the interesting one. Two more reds to negotiate here. Lots of traffic though. Lots of traffic for Cedric. French team are very passionate about their pool. Lots of noise. Not sure what he was trying to look at there. Measuring up on the yellow. Maybe that's meant to be his. I see what he was doing. He was finding the angle that he could hold the white on that yellow that he was kicking into. So now it should be elementary. Should be able to put this red in the top right pocket, just stun the white, and then the black back into the middle pocket. That's nicely done, and that's very straight, that black. And Cedric from France levels the score at 2-2 against Tabone of Malta. So both players have had some interesting form. They've played a few good shots and played a few not so good. Lost position a few times. But I'm sure this game will flourish as the frames go on. So it looks like Cedric is going to break as well. Yes, so double chance. He's just won a couple of frames and now he breaks, and he'll be fully on top of the world if he would pot off the break here. Certainly give them a good nudge. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 reds. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I didn't notice the ball over the pocket. So Tabone of Malta is back at the table. Trying to work out which denomination to go for here. He's got that yellow sitting over the pocket. He's on yellows. Just have a look at his chalk in the queue. Different players have got different habits when they chalk the queue, and some chalk it excessively. It's a lovely double. Lovely double by Cedric, Quellec. So he's coming into his own now. He'll probably like to send that yellow to his sauce bottle. So that yellow going just behind the red there is not good. Because it means that for it to be potted in that corner, it will need a body playing. It will need to move that yellow. Tending to take a little bit of time for their shots. I know it's an important match in the last 8. That's a nice shot on yellows. I wonder whether he's going to try and pot this hard and go around off a couple of cushions to run into it. Run into that yellow which is close to the red. So Tabone is back. This match is 2 frames all. It's the men's singles at the 2019 European Championships of 8 pool. So he's just circling the table here. Best of 13 frames. So whoever gets to 7 first is the winner at these 2019 European Championships men's singles quarterfinals. We're coming to you from the Gleneagle Hotel in Killarney, Ireland. www.euro8ball.com is the website for all information in relation to European pool. I was looking at that yellow there inside the 2 reds. So he's just broken those reds. So one should be able to jam past that yellow now. Taking quite a while in between shots. That's a very good shot because he's managed to take control of that pocket now. So this is Cedric Quellec from France. He's at the table now. Both these players are taking their time. Hesitation again. So Cedric's on the reds. Those colours is at the bottom of the screen. Tell us what denomination they're on. So this is Tabone back at the table now from Malta. He's on the yellows, so you've got that congestion there of a cluster of yellow, red and the black. So they just each player try and have a little bit of an insurance policy to make sure his opponent doesn't pot out. Around the table. So this live stream coming to you courtesy of the European 8-Ball Pool Federation and Yvonne Armitage, who's provided all the expertise, equipment and service. Seems to be so that's the blackout. So those two balls are now clear. These championships, I believe this is the 24th year of these European Championships. Next year they will be in Malta again. They've got a wonderful location there. So anybody thinking of going, I would highly recommend it. So lots of chalking up. So to me it looks like they're having a good look at the layout of the balls at every shot. It's a very important match. It is for a spot in the semi-final of these European Championships. The World Outdoor Pool Federation is going through a period now where countries have been asked to make submissions to any rule changes that they're thinking that we should have. And then, so this year will be a year of gathering submissions and analysed at the annual general meeting in June of this year. And then the following year we'll, if they get taken up, then the alterations will come into play in 2020. The World Outdoor Pool Federation started back in 1992. The founders were New Zealand, Australia, and England, of course. And the European body was not far behind. Doesn't feel comfortable. So they just played a defensive shot, seeing that Chris has only got 2 yellow balls down here in this bottom corner. Decided to lay a snooker, see if he could get 2 shots, then that way he would be able to clear that red that he's got close to the yellow, down close to this bottom left-hand pocket. So this is Cedric. He'll probably sneak it behind this red. So he's determined to try and get himself 2 shots so that he can make a good dent in these reds, or obviously try and pot out on them, because he's also got that red which is close to those 2 covering the pocket, so that's going to need an extra shot. Hence why the slow tactics and defensive tactics, trying to fight his way back into this frame. I guess when you're fighting for a spot in a European semi-final, you're doing your darnest to stay in the hunt and try to win the frame, because every frame counts. It's a race to 7 because it's 13 frames. So he's measuring up how that red's going to come out of there. Dragging his cue along the ground, continually chalking. He's looking at these 2 balls on the cushion, maybe to see if he thinks that one of them will pot. If of course the other is hit, so he's bringing this back as well. So he's just promoted 2 balls in that shot. So now it's Chris Tabone's turn. The score is 2-all in the best of 13 frames, which means it's a race to 7. So both these players playing very tentatively. They're taking a long time in between shots. I must admit, I'm sure they've got their fans. But at the moment it's a little bit difficult to hold concentration with the amount of time taken between shots. But hopefully they'll find a bit of fluency soon. Up again. So it was a good shot. He's managed to get that ball out. It's been sitting there for quite some time, and now he can work on potting these balls. So probably take one of those nearer ones into the middle. He must be measuring where he wants his white to finish. Cheerio to anybody watching this frame. Coming to you from the Gleneagle Hotel here at Killarney Island. These are the European 8 Ball Championships for 2019. Tomorrow will be finals day. These two players are playing for a spot in the semi-final of the men's singles. There's some other classic semis being played at the moment. There's Dylan versus Aaron Davies. Sean versus Declan Hall. And of course there's here we go, Shane Thompson of England versus Declan Hall of Ireland. Sean Sharkey versus Giuseppe D'Imperio of England. Of course, Giuseppe D'Imperio knocked out current world champion Nick Hill. And Dylan Leary versus Aaron Davies of England. It's a lovely shot to touch these yellows. That deserves an applause, that shot. So still 7 balls on the table for Cedric, and this frame has taken quite some time. like he's still not keen to start potting, otherwise he'd be potting. Let's see if Cedric has a go now. Stretching his arms out. Okay, so if we were going to pop these balls out, where would we go? We'd probably start at end ball close to the black spot, straight into the middle pocket, stun back. The next ball, the same thing. And of course you got cannon onto the ball over that pocket. I guess the two difficult balls are the two on the left hand side of the table, but even now there's a straight pot on this red closest to white, straight up to the top pocket. But I guess because it's high risk, he doesn't want to take a risk because the two yellows are. So we've got another defensive shot. I apologise, but I'm going to need to take a bit of a break now. I'll be back in a short time. Thank you, wherever you're viewing. Don't run away. And also there is 3 other channels if you want to have a look at how those games are going. Big cheerio, I'm back. Yours truly, Joe Fanto, President of the World 8-Ball Pool Federation. The frame is still in play, still in progress. So we have 6 reds on the table and 2 yellows. Of course, these are the European 8-Ball Championships.
Just well, at least send the referee over that. This is because at least then it's the referee. I know.
Good evening, viewers. This is Joe Fanto, back to commentary on this match. Sorry I had to go off and recharge and freshen up. So it looks like the score's now 3-2 to Cedric over Tabone from Malta. So the marathon frame was finally won by the Frenchman. So Chris is on yellows, or looks like it may be an open table. Yeah, he's firing from there, so quite possibly it must have been an in off. So Chris is now on yellows, and Cedric will be on reds. So eventually I expect the colours will be shown next to the names. So Chris Tabone from Malta. He's trying to earn a place in the semi-final. And Cedric has the same thing in mind. So they're fighting these frames like their life depends on it. As you saw that marathon frame, if you were watching, if you were able to resist through it. I certainly didn't time it. But neither wanted to give an inch, and it was more about trying not to lose rather than to win. So now that they're past that frame, hopefully they'll start playing some more attacking, attractive pool. Sometimes players do, get into that mould where confidence goes slightly down if they've missed a shot, and the defensive shot is there, and they tend to go that way and hope that the opponent lets them in by, they just keep trying for two shot after two shot, and virtually adopt a game of don't want to lose rather than wanting to win. But that's okay. Things are looking a lot better now. And of course these are the European 8-ball championships for 2019. They're virtually coming to an end now. These men's singles are at the quarter-final stages, so they'll be down to semi-finals for tomorrow. So the quarter-final matches which are happening are Shane Thompson of England playing Declan Hugh of Ireland, Shane Shackley of Ireland playing Giuseppe D'Imperio of England, Dylan Leary playing Aaron Davies of England. Dylan Leary is I think Northern Ireland, and Chris Tabone from Malta is playing Cedric Quellec, I think you pronounce it, from France. So this is Cedric at the table now. He was 2-0 down, and he's managed to fight back to be 3-2 up, and what a fight they put up in that fifth frame. It was like they were having an arm wrestle. So these championships are coming to us. We're coming to you from the Gleneagle Hotel in Killarney in Ireland. It's a beautiful place, lots of mountains, lots of green fields, walkways, water, the lake, national parks, and then of course if you go into the little town, it's a quaint little town, beautiful, pristine. All the buildings seem to be in lovely condition in terms of their decor, and they all look freshly painted. So if you ever come to Ireland, it's certainly worth visiting. The championship started on Sunday at 11:30 with a opening ceremony. At the opening ceremony we gave tribute to John McMahon, who unfortunately passed away at a very young age, but he was very dedicated to pool, particularly to Ireland, and a great supporter of these championships and the world titles. A true gentleman of the game, and he's going to be missed by all of us, but I guess in particular. And we give condolences to family and friends, and to Irish pool. So Cedric on reds. Again, he's finished up with that red close to that yellow in this bottom left-hand pocket. So he's looking at how he's going to, he's planning to get that out of there. But of course yellows are all up and about. So it's going to be another situation where he'll probably need to try and fight his way to having 2 shots. It's a lovely pot by Cedric, so he can certainly pot. So is he going to run this red down? So I'm surprised if he's going to pop this, but he has, and that's a lovely shot where he positioned himself to run that red down now. He's having a good look at this. So now, what's he going to do with this red? He's going to open it up. Surely he doesn't think that it pots into that corner pocket. It's a great try. Well, that was quite imaginative. That was a nice shot. Anybody watching there, so he played across the ball back into the cushion, bottom cushion, and it's played off the side cushion to attempt to pot it in the middle, and then didn't pot there. Side cushion again. It was a great attempt. So he'll probably take, he's going to take the yellow out of the pocket by the looks. Now I can put the yellow in the middle and run around to grab those other two yellows. Probably one in the middle and one in the top left-hand pocket. And then of course the black. So that ball's potted. Now he's just got to put this yellow into the middle. It's a nice, pretty straight pot into the middle, queuing over the top of the white. A bit of top. Similar shot here, only he can cue wherever he likes because there's no cushion here to contest with. And now for the black. And Chris Tabone levels the score at 3-all in this quarterfinal match in the men's singles here in the 2019 European Championships. Best of 13. So they're going to be playing to 7 frames, the first to reach 7. So still plenty of 8-ball left in this match.
Both teams finish on 20 points at the top of the table. Ireland C top the group of Brennan Hall. France C and Ireland C the same, Praise Wolves advance head-to-head. So France C second.
So he's potting, I think he's the first player today that I see potting from our right, the spectator. So yellow ball's potted. So the reds are all still up. So one yellow potted.
Because we've got 2 Ireland C plus and we've got up to the Ireland C versus Ireland B. France C versus Wales C and Wales.
So he's probably lost his position a little bit there. It may sneak into the middle behind that red. I think that's what he's going for. That's the way. So now he's got to, he may be able to put this yellow into the bottom left pocket. And of course he's got good position there for second to last yellow. So should be able to put this yellow into the bottom right hand pocket and then just slide across and put the pot the yellow one. Of course, black is up against this cushion, so that's going to be because that red's there, might be a bit of a hindrance. May finish up having to try a double. So that was a good pot there, and now he's set up on yellow. Sorry, set up on the black. Starting to get a little bit trying, I apologise. And that's a lovely black there by the Frenchman, Cedric Quellec. France. He gave it a go and managed to pot out, so that should give him heart and confidence. He might be able to go from strength to strength here in the men's singles quarterfinals of the 2019 European Championships. So tomorrow some of these tables will start to get cleared to prepare an arena for semi-finals, and then eventually they will all be gone the following day. We have presentation night tomorrow night. So it was a very good spread, but no pots. Sometimes it just seems to start to happen where doesn't matter how you break them, but there starts to be a bit of moisture in the air, and you don't get as good a reaction off the balls. But they're spread all over the table, so if Cedric can get a pot here, he can continue on his merry way. So that's a nice pot on red by Cedric. So he could probably take that, or I'd be taking that red that's on the top, nearest the top cushion. But no, he's decided that to go with the ball in the right middle pocket. So he's probably going to clean this end first, and then go back via the ball in the middle and finish up on that ball, the red ball near the cushion at the top. And the black is in the open to a certain extent. As I was saying before, these championships next year will be in Malta. They're normally in the last, second, I think it's the third week in February. But just visit the European site, www.euro8ball.com, and there'll be details on there as to when the European Championships are next year, and we're in Malta. This year they're here in the Gleneagle Hotel in Quellec, Ireland, which is a lovely place. Now, just out of interest, you might be amazed to know that this sport does have a doping policy, so we can test players for doping, for taking performance-enhancing drugs, and from time to time over the many years we have had a couple of players that have had to receive bans, and it's an automatic 2-year ban for first offence. So it should be a deterrent. So a big cheerio to everybody, wherever you might be listening. I've kind of been mentioning the people of Townsville in Australia lately because of the floods that they've been having. And anywhere else in the world where you might be watching from. Of course, I'm sure in Australia there'd be quite a few people watching from all over the state. And of course, just let you know that there are 4 channels that you can pick when you go on the website of www.euro8ball.com. So Cedric Quellec from France. What can he do? He's on yellows. He probably badly wants to win this frame so that he keeps in touch. Sorry, he's leading 4-3. So he'd like to win this frame so that he can get a couple of frames up. And of course I'm getting these 2 players mixed up at this time of night because both wearing black tops. But no, it is a French player. I just couldn't see the red, white and blue. So I'm not sure what he's looking at there. So I'm interested to see what shot he's gonna play here. Chalky again. Looking at it again. I'm not quite sure what keeps having to look at. So after all that, he's just run up and touch the yellow, which is his opponent's ball. So if they're touching, which it looks like they are, that means that the incoming player has to fire away with his first shot. So effectively it means that first shot is wasted in this case, because he's not going to be able to pot a ball anywhere unless there's some miracle. So he'll probably play out of that position and hope to land in some strategic spot where the balls are all there for the taking. For example, if he was to bring the white off a cushion to the middle, get it close to the middle of the table, there'd be a good 3 or 4 balls potable that are off the cushion. So this is Tabone of Malta. So that's the first. He's come out of that position, so now he has one to play. And even though he didn't hit anything, there's no foul, because he's deemed to have hit that ball that he just left because they were touching. So now he's got to work out how he's going to pot it. All these yellows. So that's one down. It's nice and straight on this yellow to the top left-hand pocket. Not sure what he's obviously looking at how he's going to get position on these next balls. Probably wants to try and land in between those 2 yellows that are on the left side of pocket near the black. Unfortunately, he's missed a pot. So the referees are watching on. So I wonder if he's going to try and put this between cushion and the red. No. Of course it's Cedric playing the reds. And Chris Tabone is on the yellows. I'm surprised that they're not playing with any urgency whatsoever. Thought that one may break into some sort of tactic to try and speed up the game, but both are just choosing to have this level of very, very slow game. So, nearest the bottom left-hand pocket yet. They want it there for insurance. So that was a good effort to try and pot that to the middle. So Cedric has the opportunity here to win this frame and go 5-3 up. He's just got these two balls to negotiate over this bottom left pocket, and the black's not too far away. And of course, I remind you that this is a semi-final. Sorry, this is a quarter-final, and they're playing for a spot in the semi-final. Quarter-final means that there is 8 players still left in this tournament, and then tomorrow there'll be finals day, semi-final and final. So now he's on the black, which you should pot that in the top right hand corner and take a 5-3 lead. Cedric Quellec. And Cedric of France pots that black to win that frame, and he takes a 5-3 lead over Chris Tabone of Malta. So I think they're taking a bit of a break. So tomorrow will be finals day, where all the semi-finals will be played. There's quite a pool carnival has been happening here for all of this week. You've got the virtually the European Championship is your A division. In the men's, ladies, under 23s, juniors, and over 50s. Then you've got an A, B. You've got a B and C division as well, and a D division. So it's quite a bit of a. It's like a bit of a carnival of pool. It's been a great success, and every year it seems to grow in leaps and bounds. The sport is very popular. And in June there'll be the World Championship. So most of these a lot of these players will be back there again. We'll be in Blackpool from the 19th of June to the 28th of June. So this match is best of 13, and it's a race to 7. So Cedric's only got 2 frames to go, whereas Tabone has still got a bit of a fight on his hands to catch up first and then get ahead. Just take a break for a second. So the balls are being racked up by the player that's going to be breaking. Everyone has their special way that they think they need to rack the balls. I notice he's playing with them and as if he's polishing them. I've never been very superstitious of the way the balls are racked, because doesn't matter how they're racked. I've seen where they come out beautifully, and I've seen where it doesn't matter how they've racked, they haven't come out very well at all, and you've had dry breaks. So that's a nice break. I've seen a red go down, and a yellow has gone down as well. So of course he's got to nominate now which denomination he would like to be on. Even though he's potted one of each, he has to nominate which one, and then whatever he goes for, that's what he'll be on. His opponent will be on others, unless of course he fouls. If he were to pot something or touch something and then foul, then it becomes an open table to his opponent. His opponent can pot either denomination without foul. So these are the 2019 European Championships men's singles that are in Ireland this year, and certainly been a great championship. The venue is brilliant. The Gleneagle Hotel. Lots of good food. But the main thing is that the arena is perfect. It takes 28 tables. So if he's going to go for that ball there, the red, he's going to be having a bit of an awkward bridge. But he seems pretty comfortable. So Cedric would love to finish this match off with another 2 frames, I'm sure. So as yet we haven't got the colours showing on screen. There should be the denomination that each player is on. Maybe we might be heard and they'll flash up soon. So he's got that red over the middle pocket that he can pot, but I think he's looking at positions as to where he should finish up to maybe have a chance of potting that red, which is nearest to the 8 ball. So obviously he's not very happy with that, to miss such a shot. But I guess he was trying to concentrate on what he's going to do with his white. And that must be a plant into the middle, but he hasn't hit it hard enough. Either that or he's just separated the balls. So something must have happened when he was down on the cube to make him shoot back up again. They say if you don't feel comfortable, you've got to come back up. He's going for this red close to this cluster of yellows. He's just managed to nudge it towards the pocket. He couldn't see all of it, and also he played slow. So for safety first, and that ball didn't pot. So what can Chris do to try and get back into this match? He's only 2 frames out of it. They can go fairly quickly. Nice pot. So this match could take a while still if they play at this pace, or you never know. It doesn't take long to play a couple of frames if they get into a more attacking mode. But I must admit, since the score was 2-2, it's been a lot better. I'm not sure what he was trying to do there. Just making sure that ball's not frozen, because he's got to play onto it. And of course, Australia would now be getting ready to come to the World Championships this year in June, like they have been ever since inception in 1993. had the pleasure of visiting France last year. And I was kind of spoilt by some of the French hospitality. So nearly enough. So the colours have come up, the denominations that they're on. Chris is on yellows. So they're a bit clustered and look a bit awkward to pot. So Chris is on yellows. So it just seems to be, they seem to get bogged down with trying to pot out. It seems to be a game where they're just trying not to lose rather than going out there and trying to attack to win. And I'm sure this is a bit out of character to be doing this, and it's probably just the euphoria of the importance of the event, the fact that they're playing in a European Championship. I'm not sure if either of these two players have been, have had the sort of pressure before where they're playing in a big tournament like this, and also to have reached the say quarterfinals. So each shot they seem to be parading and checking every ball. So that's a good shot. That's opened up those two reds. So what can Chris do from here? He's got 5 balls. Trying to see if anything goes anywhere, depending on how they're hit. So this is an aerial view of what we've got here. You can see those two reds close to each other. If hit in the right way, one of those reds will go in. So the other semi-finals tonight were just get a bit of light on them. The other semi-finals were Shane Thompson of England and Declan Howe of Ireland. Shane Sharkey versus Giuseppe D'Imperio. Shane Sharkey was from Ireland and Giuseppe D'Imperio, England. Dylan Leary versus Aaron Davies of England, and Dylan Leary is from Northern Ireland, and of course this match, Chris Tabone from Malta versus Cedric Quellec. So it's a good effort at a double. And now Cedric has got an opportunity here to pot these three balls and the black. Because I think Chris has lost his way a little bit. So this is men's singles event for the 2019 European Championships. You're watching Chris Tabone of Malta and Cedric Quellec from France. So this is Cedric at the table at the moment. He's on red balls. So that didn't fall. So Chris gets another opportunity, but it'd be very difficult for him to be able to fight his way out of this frame. So I'm a little bit surprised, I must admit, at the amount of time that these players are requiring to work out their shots, because to reach this level of skill and ability to make a final eight, they must have played some pretty good pool. And most of the time, if you've played pretty good pool for enough time to make, the quarterfinals of European Championships, it expecting that they'd be sort of seeing their shots a lot quicker and not having to take so much time, but so as it's turned out, Chris has at least got a half a chance. I'd probably be running this yellow to the bottom pocket and then have a crack at the double. Yeah, that's a good shot. So either he tries to cut it in the middle or plays the double. I suspect he'll probably play the double. Good effort. Unfortunately it missed. So Cedric's on reds. Let's see if he can clear these two. Tabone from Malta here, trying to negotiate that yellow ball. Maybe if he puts a little bit of swerve on it, he might have a chance to pot it in that top right hand pocket. So he just managed to hit it and leave the white ball safe. I think that was a strategy there, and hope that he sort of gets another shot at it. This is Joe Fanto here, struggling with trying to commentate for you, but well, they say a picture tells 1,000 stories. These two young men trying to survive and make a semi-final of a European Championships. Trying very hard not to make mistakes. Cedric le Quellec. So I would think that he'd be trying to cut it into the middle pocket. That's it. So make sure you tune tomorrow for the semi-finals and all the finals. So the semi-finals will be at 11 o'clock tomorrow, and finals at 3 o'clock. And that's a nice black for Chris Tabone of Malta. So he pegs a frame back. He goes to 4-5 in best of 13, which is a race to 7. This match has been going for quite considerable time now. So it looks like it must be Chris to break, because they seem to be setting up their own racks. And the situation with the referees in these in this event is that you've got 2 or 3 or 4 roaming referees, and they'll only go to a table if they've been called to sort out an incident, or if they're requested for an adjudication. So it's a yellow ball potted, red ball potted. So this is Chris Tabone at the table here from Malta. So this is off the break. So he's on red balls. So Chris is on red balls here. Got a potable ball up the top, sitting over the pocket, but I don't think he wants to pot that one yet. So he's just looking for a defensive shot here. So still trying to work out this defensive shot. So he certainly worked it out, and it is a good shot. So now this is Cedric at Quellec. Simply going to try and play out of this snooker, and I guess with that red tied up between yellow and black, but you would think that that crest won't pot out. These are the 2019 European Championships. Men's singles, it's a quarter-final stage, into the last 8. And the winners go through the semi-finals to be playing tomorrow. Times for the semi-finals tomorrow will be at 11 o'clock. And for the final it will be 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And of course tomorrow night will be presentation night. So we're coming to you from the Gleneagle Hotel in Killarney Island. Just remember www.euro8ball.com and click on stream or tell your friends. And tomorrow they'll be able to watch the semi-finals at 11 AM, and the final will be at 3 PM on live stream, but of course that's Irish time. It's a good pot. So you should be able to pot this yellow bottom left hand and screw back for that yellow half cushion and ball. then of course the black is where it is, so that shouldn't be a problem. So let's see how he executes this. This is for a 6-4 lead. Yeah, that's a lovely shot. It's a nice shot, Cedric. Okay, you should be able to pot this yellow and leave himself on black. Let's take that 6-4 lead. And now for the black. And Cedric Quellec takes a 6-4 lead in this quarter-final against Tabone of Malta. This is a men's singles event at the 2019 European Championships, coming to you from Killarney in Ireland. So this is Cedric. He's looking confident, and we'll be hoping he can dish out and simply win the match off this frame. So he's put it a red. So I suspect the white must have disappeared because there's no white on the table. So this is an open table for Tabone. So he's got an opportunity to clear here and peg a frame back. So Tabone from Malta, what could he do? Having a good look at where all the reds are. We'll look to see if that red pots into that bottom right hand corner. So he's going to start with the cannon. So this is an aerial shot here. The cue ball looks like it's touching. That red, which means it will be required to fire away. There again, I think it needs to be looked at with a naked eye because looks like they've deemed not touching by the look of it. Oh yeah. So this is Cedric Quellec from France. He'll be trying to pot out now and take this match and book a spot tomorrow morning in the semi-final. It's a nice shot. Now he's got one into the opposite pocket. So I'm sure we'll take this yellow into the bottom left. So he's got a American pot into the middle, which he's going to take now. And he'll probably take the one right down the end. Probably would have liked to have been a little bit out a bit with this one. This is a finer cut than he would have liked. But it doesn't have to go a large distance, so he should be able to control this. So he should be able to run this yellow and knock that red out, and hence clear the pocket for the black. Unfortunately, he missed that. He was trying to do that. He was trying to hit half yellow ball and go in, but didn't cue it correctly. So now still a little bit of work to do. But he might be able to put that ball and nudge into it with the black, depending on how he leaves him. So now it looks like so now this could be there's various ways to play this. You could play this red onto the black and cannon the red. Taking his time over this shot. He's trying to get back into this match, although he's only 2 frames down. So I expect he should be able to cannon that yellow onto yellow and send it through that group. And hopefully the yellow remains there, so that can be sent through as well. And okay, played off a red. Now he's being extra cautious and doesn't want to concede, potentially concede anything, no risk. So Chris Tabone trying to work out what he can do here. He may give 2 shots back, but he obviously wants to do it in a way where that pocket then is covered. It's a good shot. Excellent shot. It could be a frame-winning shot although there is a gap there, so Cedric may be able to regain the ascendance straight away. Just unfortunate for Chris. But there's just enough gap there for the yellow to be played back in there. And off the cushion onto the red, and that'll kick out of there. And he's even got the angle to bring the white across to the left-hand side of this yellow that's on the cushion, so that he can then send it. No, hasn't played it right. You had to kick it off the cushion a bit more so that it would send the red well out of the zone. So now I guess he could just needs to force that yellow through. or he can just run up and sit on the yellow. So this match is a men's single event, and it's the last 8. They're playing for a semi-final. So Chris Tabone has got the opportunity here to pot all 3 balls and stay in this match. He can attempt to say send this red into this bottom left-hand pocket and just make sure he keeps the white away from. It's a good shot. Should gently screw back on this. Done that well, and then similar shot here, because he's got to get the white back too close to that black to run the black down into that top left-hand pocket. So you can see he's cueing low on the cue ball. That's a lovely shot. And he's got no fear here because he's not going to be able to leave. He's not going to be leaving his opponent on any balls. And Chris Tabone of Malta pegs back another frame. He's now trails 5-6 against Cedric Quellec of France. Players have taken a break, and I'll just take a bit of a break myself, and I'll be back soon. So we're back. So can Chris Tabone from Malta level the score and take it to the final frame decider, or will Cedric Quellec of France finish it off in this frame and win the match 7-5? It will all unfold hopefully over the next few minutes, but it looks like it's Chris Tabone to break. So red ball potted. There's and there must be a couple of yellows missing as well, and the white is on the table, so he needs to nominate. And there's a very good spread, so it's quite probable he has every opportunity to clear whatever denomination he goes for here, which would take the match into the final frame decider. So red ball's potted. You can take this into the middle, this closest red to the white, and then stun onto that red close to, about closest to the middle of the table, the one closest to the black or to the 8 ball. Put that in the bottom left-hand pocket. He's going for that. He's lining up where his white needs to be positioned for the next pot. So he's taking that one to the bottom. Yeah, it's a good shot, but I don't think he wanted to finish there. He might have to take this ball that's over the pocket. He's got a very awkward bridge if he's going to go for the red, which is closest to the balk line. So actually even the he doesn't really have a direct line to that red over the pocket either. The way it's sitting so close to the yellow, and the 8 ball's in the way as well. So his only choice is that red. Actually, that's interesting how he can cue so close. From the other angle you couldn't tell that. That's a very good shot. It's a nice shot, so now he's got to decide whether he tries to cut that red into the middle pocket, or whether he takes the one into the bottom right and just takes the white back enough to be able to pot that red into the middle. So this is Chris Tabone of Malta. Oh, I don't think he wanted to do that, but still okay. He's still got that security ball over the pocket. He might need to use that card now. Just needs to kind of cut it so that his white comes back past the black and gives him the opportunity to put the red into the middle pocket. I think it passes, because of course you can see that there's a yellow near that middle right pocket as well, so it's got to negotiate just past. When we looked before, I think the line is there. The tension grows for these players. I guess for them it doesn't matter that it's 1:15 in the morning here, because the adrenaline will be pumping, and they know that there's a semi-final at the end of this. Semi-final of a major tournament like the European Championships in the men's single event. They will take as long as what they need. He's trying to pick the exact spot that he thinks he's got to play so that his white will come back and finish in a position to be able to play that red. That's interesting, and that's turns out a pretty good shot as well, because if that goes, pots that red and the white comes around for the black into the middle pocket. Ooh, it's a very tight fit. Becomes a very narrow pocket. It's got to just slide past that that yellow. But it does go, I believe. No, he's going to go the double. The way he's lining up. And he's missed it. So now Cedric gets the opportunity to tidy up this frame and take the match. Can he do it? Or will it be forced down to the last frame? I think we can go back to normal screen now. Thank you. So Cedric, where does he start? So you take that yellow ball over the middle pocket, then the one down to the top right hand pocket, and back for these two. That's where he's going first, yep. In fact, it's best to come this way, I believe. Come back to the bottom right-hand pocket. Kick out a little bit if he can so that he can get that other yellow into the middle, the one that's close to the red. Or just a gentle screw back to deal with the yellow in the top right-hand pocket. Whatever he feels comfortable with. What's going through his mind at the moment? He'd be saying, I've got to concentrate hard. I don't want to go to a decider. I've got a lead, I want to keep it. Goes 7-5 and straight into the semi-final. You wouldn't want the tension of a 6-all. So far, it's going according to plan. It'll get a little bit harder once he pots this one. So he's going to take that one to the top right hand corner, and then he'll be looking to cut. So he's played it firm. That's a great shot. That's probably the frame shot. By playing it in that way, he's made the angle for himself to pot this yellow into this bottom right hand corner and slide back, either slide back or follow through, but he can comfortably get onto the last yellow, which is on the left of the table. Oh wow, he's gone all the way back, and that's a lovely shot. He's left the best till last. Where was this player before? In fact, both of them. Cedric Quellec of France. About to take a spot in the semi-final of the men's singles in the 2019 European Championships being played in Ireland at just about 25 past 1 in the morning. Cedric Quellec of France wins the match 7-5 against Chris Tabone of Malta in a marathon match, and I think probably a marathon frame when it was 2-2. I think he's thrilled. Soak in a little bit of the atmosphere and the emotion of having survived that epic match. So that's it for this morning, and it's no longer evening for this morning. It's been a pleasure. I apologise for the times when I started to nod off, because it was rather difficult to keep it together. But thank you for being with us, those that are still watching, and I invite you to join us again tomorrow at 11 for the semi-finals, 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. in the afternoon. Thank you. That's it from the Gleneagle Hotel in Killarney, Ireland. Thank you very much. Good night.